Hello, friends. Jay, the Silent Cartographer, here at 11:10 p.m. Not nearly as bad as usual, but it seems like every other day we're on a time crunch. Um, Reasoning for time crunch today? Well, I don't really know. I've been wanting to do a daily map all day, but there's been things that have come up in the middle of the day that have just made it hard to do a daily map. Um, like one time I'd ordered some food because I was hungry. And the food was going to get here, so of course I'm not going to. Of course I'm not going to do daily map when I have food that's about to get here. But I do have an idea for. I do have an idea for today's daily map, and so. Oh God, is there not a center here? Is there not a center here? This might be interesting. Well, let's go to our wall tool. And the idea was to make a little bit of a castle here. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to make a castle here. So maybe there's a room that's really weird and big, like this right here. Maybe there's also a room that's nice and square, like this right here. And then I like the idea of them having the Wizard's Tower having some sort of lounge or something, and that's going to be the middle right here. And then there's going to be a spiral staircase just like that. So let's just immediately go to the object tool. Let's go to the stairs, because I think that's a very important part of this, would be the stairs. There are going to be stairs going up. It's going to be a nice spiral staircase. That doesn't really look correct. I still think that these are the best looking stairs in the game. We're going to scale this up to 2 times. We're going to find about the center of the Wizard's Tower. It is a Wizard's Tower after all, so wizards are imperfect creatures with imperfect habits. Thus, they make things imperfect, such as stairs that are not centered on the tower. We are going to grab our bog standard door here, and we are just going to. Yeah, I like the idea of maybe there being like a door to the living area, and then there's a door here. And maybe there's a door here. And then this area, maybe the only way to get into that area is with this over here. And so then let's go to the object tool, or actually the scatter tool, sorry. We're going to go to trees. We're going to go to trees, should be here somewhere. Tree, here we are. And we're going to grab a bunch of these trees, and we're just going to zoom out a little bit, and we're just going to forest up the area outside, make it look like this is one of those big Wizard's Towers. It's built out in a forest. Let's zoom into 100%. I don't really... here we are, yes, 100%. And let's just really quickly do this. We do have not much time tonight to do a daily map, but I think for this map in particular, there's not a lot of panic needed here, because the map that I have is in my head. It's not a very ambitious one. This is a very simple map. This is definitely a map that I can do in under 10 minutes if I cut corners, which I plan on doing. And just outlining this with trees gives the illusion that this magical Wizard's Tower is deep within a forest. And you know, maybe I'll leave a little bit out of the forest right here, just to kind of give myself some room to play with some themes of the outdoors. What do I mean by themes of the outdoors? Well, let's go. Is there like a stable or something? Yes, there is. But are there actually stables? Yes, there are. Although this doesn't really look very much like a stable that I'd have in my mind. I was imagining kind of like a little hut. Maybe, is there like a house or something here? Mine, mushroom, obstacle. You know, we'll grab some rock here in the scatter tool. We'll just... Maybe he has like a little rock garden for some reason. And then we're going to go to our terrain tool. We're going to grab the terrain gravel, and we're going to change this to... you know, I'm a fan of terrain dirt or terrain cracked earth for paths here. We're just gonna make it easy. We're just gonna draw ourselves a nice little footpath that this wizard has trodden into the earth in his years of being a wizard who lives here. Footpaths are convenient things, you see, as people need them to get to your wizard's tower. And maybe some wizards don't like for people to get to their wizard's tower, but not this wizard. This wizard is a fan of people. And as such, he has a very beautiful place for people to live. But he's a little bit odd. So let's go with chair, maybe? Chair? Is there like a sofa or something? No, there are these lovely armchairs here. So maybe we can scale these down to 1 so they make sense in the context of what I'm about to put down, which is a table. Maybe we put 3 here, and then we go down to the table. And then we have a nice table in the middle there. Small table maybe leaning up against the wall. And is there like books? Blacksmith? Is there wizard? Is there magic? Magic. I don't know why a candle holder would be considered magic, nor do I want to know why mushrooms would be considered magic. Maybe he's got a totem hanging out. Maybe he's got a bunch of totems hanging about. Maybe he's... Yeah, what about this flavor? Maybe this is a druidic wizard. One who is in tune with nature. And the players have come seeking help dispelling the great corruption of the woods. And the wizard, having foreseen the players coming, welcomes them with open arms into his home. We're going to go with storage now. Because what would a wizard be without a grand old library? And the way we're going to make the library here is we're actually going to flip these around. I just have to keep an eye on the time, because at some point I'm going to have to cut this and say, you know what, that's the map, because that's the time that we have. But before that, we're going to try to get as much interesting stuff packed in here as possible. And of course, as always, we, as the creator of this map, can decide whether or not a room is completely empty or not. And, I mean, of course, you can go into Roll20, or you can print this out and then go into your actual game, and, well, you can very easily adapt or add more to this map later, should that be what you want to do. And maybe he has a big, grand wizard's library here. I like the idea of this really thin alleyway full of books. Who knows, maybe one of your players is a scholar and they'll love this wizard and they get all this information that they want to know. Something I believe in very firmly is giving your characters who do have interesting backstories a way into your world. And maybe for that character, that would be this wizard has some tome or something on their backstory that they've been digging into, trying to figure out. Let's see if there's like a pit or something. I mean, there's traps, but I don't really think that would make sense, although maybe something crazy like this would make sense for a wizard's tower. And then, let's see, about cobwebs. You know, maybe this wizard has a pet spider. Maybe this wizard has a pet spider that's been watching the players. Maybe the players found an injured spider out in the woods, and maybe the only reason this Grand Wizard is willing to help them is because they helped that spider. And maybe this is where his spider lives. I like that idea. And so we're going to go to the scatter tool. We're going to go back to our rocks. We're going to place some rocks in here. How interesting. And then we're also going to go ahead to the... Actually, I don't think it'll work to add water in here. So we won't. We will not add water. Yeah, I want to be done with this in 11 or so minutes. So we've got our spider habitat, we've got our lovely meeting room, our sitting room. So what would this be? And I think this would be some sort of workshop, but a magical workshop. And I'm not sure if Dungeon Draft has any magical workshop materials here. I mean, there's an altar, which could be very useful. So maybe there's like a couple of long altars here for rituals. Ooh, a magic portal with some leaves in it, of course, because he's a druid. So he would have a magic portal with leaves. And no, maybe no pentagram. That seems a bit... Although, can I change the color of it to something? Yes, I can. And so let's maybe adorn this portal with some fancy magic circles. And maybe the players can come in here, and maybe each of the circles activates a different location for them to go to. And there's all these sort of wards and runes that are present here. How interesting. We already used that one. We haven't used this one. Haven't used this one. Have used this one. Have used that one now. Okay. And there's another like magic pedestal here that maybe can go on top of that ring, make it look really interesting. And maybe this is a portal to the Feywilds. And then there's some, maybe you'll change this to a green energy now, and we have some green fire lighting this room, 2 on each side. Maybe that's where he gives gifts to the dryads. The green fire, no, that doesn't really fit. What does fit though is candles. Candles around all of this stuff. And I think this is actually going to probably be the last thing that we're going to add. It's only been 11 minutes, and we haven't panicked, because today is not a day for panic. Today is a day for calm, methodical, ritualistic map making. And our wizard has guided us and brought us the clarity and the serenity to help him finish furnishing his awesome, awesome wizard's tower. And who knows what the other floors of this are? Who knows what the other floors of this are? But see, here's the thing about D&D maps, is that this is more than enough. This is so much more than enough. So maybe, is there like an outdoors option? Or there's a pillar option. I kind of want to put a pillar in the center of his little area here. But no, I don't think we're going to do that. Is there like a fountain or something like that? Fixture floating fountain. There is a fountain. Yeah, I feel like this wizard would have a frog fountain. And maybe it talks. Maybe as the players walk by, the frog fountain says hello, and they all panic. Maybe it's actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna remove those. We're just gonna put one right here. It says doorbell. You have to give the password to the frog, or he will not let you in. And then trying to think if there's anything else that would make sense, and the answer is probably not. No. Maybe make a large fountain in the rock garden. Grab some of the ferns that I like so much from the plants tab here. User layer below water, just so it goes kind of under everything, and we're just going to go ahead and we're going to make a fern addition to this garden here. Kind of cover some of the obviously hand-drawn nature of the road with some fern, just like that. What a cool spot to be. What a cool adventure for your players to go on. I love this map already. Trying to think of, maybe what we're going to do. Maybe we'll put something really weird. Maybe we'll put a skeleton inside of the, maybe we'll put a couple skeletons inside of this, of the spider's home. And maybe the players have heard of people going missing. And the wizard says, yes, of course. If somebody comes into my woods and threatens the balance of nature here, then I will strike them down, and Matilda, my giant spider, will wrap them up and drag them back home. Or, if we play off the what I said previously, maybe if the players choose to attack Matilda instead of talking to it and helping this spider come back to health, Matilda turns out to be like a CR-18 spider, wraps them up and drags them off to the wizard's tower to be questioned and then fed to his pet. And this is day 22 of Daily Map. Done. Look at that. And I'll do one without the grid. Day 22, no grid. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been a very short daily map, but it's one of my favorites from the series so far. If you'd like to download this map for your personal use, not professional use, you may do so in the description down below. What is this tree here? What's happening here? Is that in the render? Because I know sometimes it can get a little funky. No, it's not. Okay, good. If you'd like to download this map for personal use only, there will be a link in the description to an Imgur link, Imager link, whatever you want to call it, where you can download this very map. Besides that, if you enjoy the series, there's 21 others in it, some of them very short, some of them very long. But either way, thank you so much for watching, and have an amazing day.